Hello everybody, it's Flash Crow here from Old Man Gaming Down Under. Today we're going to have a look at Medieval Dynasty or Dynasty, depending on what part of the world you come from. Seems to be a few animals around here. Let's get going. Just a few things. First up, bottom left of the screen, you'll see that different coloured area down there. The green is related to my stamina, so if you run too much, you lose stamina. The red is your health. The orange one is your hunger, and the blue is your thirst, so that you know when you're going to get hungry or thirsty. Beautiful scenery. Reminds me a bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Very much the same art style. Anyway, let's get going down here. We're off to the town of Gustovia. Got to try and find out what's happened with my uncle. See if he'll let us settle in the area. Now, on the top, you'll see that exclamation mark, the yellow one. That's where your quest or your current quest or your highlighted quest is. Of course, our quest is to talk to somebody, which I don't think that's who I'm meant to talk to. Maybe they're in... Oh, there they are. Unigost. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the text. It's too much of it in this game. So we'll just get the gist of the story. So he thinks I'm a stranger. I'm introducing myself as Razumir. Wants to know what brings us here. I just tell him about my uncle, Lorden, the craftsman. Although I think that says Lorden the Raftsman. Anyway, so wanted to know what happened to his uncle. Uncle got himself killed. How wonderful. So looks like some bandits got him. So his uncle's dead. So it looks like he's going to be able to get as much land as he likes around here. It won't cost him anything. It's pretty good. But he will have to pay taxes. And the taxes are due in spring each year. So we need to build a house. So, okay. Like I said, there's a lot of text. He's going to give us a hammer, so we've got a hammer now. So at least that's something. Tab takes you to the menu. The Q button brings up a construction wheel, and the left alt gives you inspector mode. It's showing an image there of an animal and some plants, but you don't get that by default. You have to get that in one of your skill trees. By default, you can, if you throw a spear or something like that, that will show up with the left alt by default, but not the other stuff. Okay, so a new quest, chapter 1, a new beginning. So we need to collect sticks, stones, build a stone or make a stone axe, cut down trees, gather some straw, which are the reeds next to the river, and build our first house. So I'm going to find a location for that. If I bring up the map, we can see that we're here at the moment, and you can click on the map and drag it around the place to show a bit more, or you can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. I'm thinking of getting somewhere around about here, in between these, reasonably close to those. A bit of a trek down to these ones here, but I think there's a good location around there. So I'm going to I'm going to travel there, and we'll take up the video again when we get there. All right, I've just come along and noticed that there's a wagon off to the left here. So I'm just going to check that out. A lot of these wagons have, well, a bit of loot, really. So if I look down here, there's a torch. So we'll be having that. Thank you very much. And if I come around this side, there's a stone axe. So that's good too. It means we don't have to worry about making one. So I'm going to grab that. There is a plank, but I don't really have much need for planks at the moment. So hopefully it will still be there when we come back at some other stage. Now, go back to the map. We're almost to where I said that I would come out of the collecting stuff off camera. So I'm just going to come up here a bit more. Just watch my stamina, so I better just go back to a walk. There's a fork in the road up here, and I reckon just past the fork is where I want to build. I want to be somewhere that's close to trees, because we're going to need a lot of trees, and I also want to be close to the water and a place where there's reeds also, which all of those are. So what we'll need to do is we'll bring up our menu, our build menu, look at building, house, and we'll see here that we need 6 logs to build the frame. So luckily we've just picked up that stone axe. So if we go into our inventory, the stone axe has already been equipped to slot number 1. That's okay. So if we press 1, it'll bring up the axe. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to chop down any trees which are... thanks for the interruption. Water. Yes, I've already told everybody about water and food. Maybe we should go get a drink. Settled that problem. Yeah, I'm a bit reluctant to chop any of the trees down which are too close to the edge of the near the water there. I think they look nice, but this one can go. Now, I'm not sure if the trees can kill you if they fall on you, but I like to keep out of the way just in case. A couple of hits will turn it into a log, and then we can just pick them up. Be aware that they will roll away if you're on a slope. So unless you want to go chasing me. So that's 4. I think it said we needed 6. Excellent. And if you have a look down there on the bottom left, that little symbol just came up of a weight with a red ring around it. The triangle, the further that goes around clockwise, the more overburdened you become. And in any case, once that comes up, you can't run, but it will get to a stage where you won't be able to move at all, and you'll have to drop some of your items to be able to go anywhere. Okay, I'm thinking here is as good a place as anywhere to put the house. One thing to remember when you're placing any buildings is that the door is always towards you, whichever way you are. So if we bring up the wheel, go to building, houses, and simple small house. Just move back or forward. You've got to wait till it's green. You can rotate the house by Q or E, I should say, sorry. I reckon it's going to look pretty good there, so let's place it. And there's the house. Well, the framework for the house. Now we need a hammer, but we've got a hammer, of course, because we were just given one before in the village. So we'll bring up our inventory again and go to wooden hammer. Now when you've equipped something to the quick slots, a red circle appears next to them. So the hammer, we've got to equip it and then give it a slot. So we'll give it number 2, and then we can click on number 2 to get the hammer up. And if we look against one of these panels, it will tell us what we need to just complete that panel. So for there I need 2 logs and 6 sticks, but we've got 59 because I picked some up on the way while I wasn't recording. So we've got a few sticks, but we do need logs. So I'll get the axe back out, and I think I won't worry about recording this, and I'll come back when I've got the logs ready to build. Right, well I just picked up a total of 8 logs, and as you can see, I'm reasonably overburdened, so I thought, well, I better come back now and get back to the building. So I'll change to the hammer, give it a whack here. You can be inside or outside the house, it doesn't matter. Yes, we know food is quite important. You can't eat raw meat, and you can't eat unripened berries, otherwise you get poison. And also if the food rots, that's also poisonous. You can get some plants, St. John's wort, and that will cure your poisoning. One leg, log, 5, 8, yep, still got enough. Nice house, no roof. So for the roof, we need 8 straw for each panel by the look of it. And sticks and a log, we can do that bit. But I think we're a log short now. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more logs. Same deal. I'll do it off camera. So away we go. Okay, we're back again. Let's get this roof on. Hopefully I calculated correctly. Something's telling me maybe I didn't. One straw. Typical. Really? Run like the wind bullseye. Get 2 for luck. 3 even. Getting a bit dark out here. Amazing. The hammer's nearly broken. If you look on the right hand side, it tells you the durability of your whatever you're using, and that white line is nearly completely gone. And it looks like I'm very hungry, so I'm going to bring up my inventory and have a bit of dried meat that I've got there. So you select the meat and just hit F. Should keep me busy. So inside your hut you've got a double bed, single bed, and you've got a cauldron for cooking up soups and porridges and that type of stuff, and a campfire where you can roast your meat, and a chest. And if we open up the chest, the right hand side is the chest, and it tells you where that chest is located, the house, and then that's what I'm carrying myself. Also, when I was chopping down the trees, you get some feathers as well from that, so, and sometimes sticks as well. So it's not just wood that you get, well, not just logs that you get. So that's our first day. Seasons are only 3 days long, so we don't have much time to get a lot done. Let's go to bed, end the video, and don't forget, if you enjoyed it, just like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Much appreciated. See ya. Good night, John Boy.